I'm Jesse Harrison with Harrison Design. Welcome to our Beverly Hills compound. Let me show you around. The house is quite large. It's 29,000 square feet. This is an incredible custom media room. It seats up to 18 people. Welcome to the primary suite. It's a very romantic space. It's very cheerful. Going out on this lawn to this insane pool that overlooks the view to Century City and beyond. This house was an 80s Mediterranean that had a Spanish tile roof and was stucco and very dated and very dark and a very choppy house. So we reimagined the entire floor plan of the house, the aesthetic, the exterior of the house. The house is now a transitional modern style home with steel troweled stucco, a standing seam metal roof, bronze doors and windows that we had custom made from a company in Europe. We enlarged this entire motor court with a cobblestone material to make the motor court feel a bit richer, give it a little bit of texture as a contrast against the starkness of the house and the clean lines of the architecture. This house has an entire staff parking area below the motor court. This is where your guests would arrive and be greeted by security. This is where you might have valet if you were having a large event. Around the corner, we have a family parking area with a 4-car garage. So the previous home had a gate that came at an angle and was extremely close to the house and really didn't have a wow factor. So the idea to give this house a little bit more grandeur, but at the same time, a little bit of a reveal, because one of the things that I personally don't love is when a gate opens up and the house is right in front of you. And these are all estate lots in this neighborhood. This particular property is over 2 acres. So the idea is that when the gate is open, particularly if you're having maintenance or you have landscaping, you still want to have privacy from the street. You also want a little bit of a reveal, a little bit of mystery when the gate opens for your guests. So we moved the gate up towards the street and created this serpentine driveway that comes in and lands you directly on center with the front door when you arrive. So it's a little bit of drama, it's a little bit of privacy. The idea with this arrival is we've got these beautiful fountains. We wanted the sound of running water as you approach the house. It brings the nerves down, it brings the house to life. It just has a little bit of a soft, calming effect on guests as they arrive. And then you arrive at one of the largest front doors we've ever done at one of our homes. This is a 15-foot tall custom pivot door. It's a pretty wow entrance to a house like this. And shockingly, it's incredibly light and easy to operate. So we've had a lot of people come and they were afraid to even touch the door. But it's shocking how easy this door is to open. And it really does give you an incredible wow moment as you come into the house. So welcome to the foyer of this incredible house. We have the 2 dueling staircases that were completely reimagined. They used to have a very elaborate railing. It was dark. The staircase felt very tight. We opened up this entire room behind the staircase and pushed the house out about 25, 30 feet. All the natural light that comes in from these incredible windows around the front door has completely transformed this space. We have lighted risers on all the stairs, this incredible light fixture in the foyer. And the idea of this space is you welcome your guests through this gigantic, beautiful front door. This is a bit of an arrival space, a bonus space in the house. The thought was if anybody was having an event or having some kind of a special dinner party, this would be a great place to have a grand piano, live music set up. Somebody could set up a bar in this area, or for the holidays, if someone celebrates Christmas, this would be an incredible place to do their main Christmas tree. It's just an incredible bonus space in this part of the house that feeds into the formal dining room. These doors open and completely disappear, so it's also a direct flow out to the terrace and onto the lawn and to the pool. So the house has chevron hardwood floors throughout the entire main level, bronze doors and windows from a company in Portugal. We have paneling and moldings throughout the house that give it a really warm, comfortable, transitional feeling. The house is currently staged for sale, but the idea is that whoever buys this house can really take it in any direction that they want. If they want to go quite modern with the furnishings and the art and the decorative lighting, they certainly can. They could go fairly traditional. I would imagine most people would take this house into a bit of an eclectic, mixed kind of style with their furniture and art. So some modern pieces, some traditional pieces. I think they could mix traditional and modern art. This is the formal dining room. This has an 18-foot ceiling. These are corners of glass that open up so that you can actually be in the garden while you're having a dinner party. We've got a temperature-controlled wine room just adjacent to this with enough space to do tastings or to have a small gathering inside the wine room. That takes us into the Butlers Pantry. So this is obviously for serving through to the dining room. The Butlers Pantry brings you into the family kitchen. So this is meant to be truly a family kitchen. So whoever lives in this house will likely cook their own meals in this area. They may have a private chef in this kitchen, serve breakfast or dinner to their kids, hang out at the island, like anybody would do in their kitchen. You've got the sink, hidden refrigerator, everything is slab in this kitchen, including the hood over the range. Breakfast area, which opens out to the backyard and the pool and to a family fruit and vegetable garden. Family room for hanging out, watching TV. That takes us into this bonus room that we feel would be a fantastic area for a kid's playroom, somewhere that you could keep an eye on your kids if you were in the kitchen or in the family room. This could also be a home office. Potential is really unlimited with this. It's a bit of a bonus space. It has its own exit out to the private garden. So if somebody wanted to have a meeting or step outside to have a phone call, it's completely private on this end of the house and on this end of the property. So this is a really nice area as you come in from the garage. We left this a bit blank. This would be a mud room or an arrival space for the family. It's a great place to put kids' things and bags and packages, things like that. That brings you back into the family kitchen and this family part of the house. This was a challenging space from the previous design of the house. This was a dark, really unusable courtyard. There was no light, there were no windows. So we blew this out completely. And the idea is, why not use every square inch of a property and every square inch of a house? You pay an exorbitant amount of money in Los Angeles to have every inch of a property and a house. So we thought this was a huge opportunity. So these are heritage 100-year-old oak trees that are absolutely beautiful, that were craned in all over the property. And the idea is that in the morning you can open these doors, have a cup of coffee, enjoy just the feeling of this courtyard. It has a bit of a Tuscan, European feeling to it. We have gravel on the ground, so you get that tactile sound of the gravel crushing under your feet. Now it's a very cheerful, happy part of the house. So we can either get a golf cart or we can take a walk, but we've got quite a ways to go if you want to go to the other side of the house with me. In case you hadn't noticed, the house is quite large. It's 29,000 square feet. The corridors are incredibly grand and beautiful in this house. If we go this way down the corridor on the opposite side of the house, this brings you into the formal living room. So the formal living room that was here before was quite dated. It felt very dark. There were steps down into this room, so it felt a little bit disconnected. So we changed all of the floor levels in this house so that everything is consistent throughout. These are incredible fireplaces with these beautiful fossilized marble surrounds and mantels. We have aged brass bookcases and niches built into this room with concealed lighting in almost every bit of millwork in this house. And this room's really amazing because you can have multiple seating groups. You can do it as casually, as formally as you want. And this room opens out with these incredible automatic doors that pocket completely away, that take you out onto this covered loggia that has 2 fireplaces, is pre-wired to have televisions. We've got infrared heaters, all kinds of beautiful landscape lighting at night, going out on this lawn to this insane pool that overlooks the view to Century City and beyond. Now let me take you outside. So this part of the house is quintessential LA living. This is the covered loggia where most people would spend the vast majority of their time. And from this space, you can really see the entire backyard, which has been completely reimagined. We've doubled the size of the flat backyard on this property. This pool is one of the most beautiful pools in Beverly Hills. It's a zero-edge infinity spillover pool that has the spa integrated into the pool. The entire pool depth is shallow so that people can congregate and hang out in this pool. There's no deep end, there's no awkward area in this pool. And from this vantage point, where you can lay out and enjoy the view of Century City and of the beautiful canyon around this house, you get a really beautiful vantage point of the back of the house, and it really strikes you how we've completely reimagined the style of this house, particularly the dining room, where we blew out the entire wall of the dining room and put in these unbelievable full-height motorized pocketing doors. We blew out this entire area of the living room to do the same. You see this beautiful terrace above. That's from the primary bedroom and the primary bath that has an even more beautiful view of this entire canyon and of Century City beyond. And our resident ducks have flown in, who are here most days, who are probably the wealthiest ducks in Beverly Hills, floating around in their beautiful pool all day. So the trick to these properties is you don't want everything to feel like one huge space where there are no moments, where there are no special nooks and crannies and vignettes in this property. So that's why we created a few seating areas and private areas that feel a little bit more cozy and manageable. So if you have a small group of friends or you're doing a smaller dinner party, this is a fire pit area that could also be staged for a dinner party or for a cocktail party. There's another area just outside of the media room that also feels extremely cozy and private. And then on the other end of the property, there's an outdoor kitchen and a gathering area just off of the family area, off of the kitchen and family room. One of the coolest things about this house, and one of the features we see that people really want at this level, are these motorized pocketing doors. It's really just such a wow moment, especially when you show the house to somebody for the first time. The ability to just hit a button and have all the glass disappear, particularly in this dining room. This is such a special part of the dining room where the corners and all of the doors open so that when you're in the dining room at night, particularly, you feel like you're sitting in this beautifully lit garden. It's really a special part of the house. So if it's a beautiful day and you don't want to be trapped inside, where do you want to have your chef make dinner for you and your family? The outdoor kitchen, of course. This is where you would grill, use your pizza oven, congregate with your friends and family at this beautiful bar. We've got ice makers, refrigeration, a beautiful outdoor dining area. And from this vantage point, you have the most insane view of the entire backyard, the rear of the house, the pool, and this incredible canyon beyond with some of the most beautiful houses in Beverly Hills. So that's a little bit of the backyard and the outside of this house. We've got a lot more ground to cover on the inside, so why don't we go inside and let me show you the theater and the gym. So on this wing of the house are a few of the best rooms in the house, in my opinion, and probably rooms that'll get the most use. We've got this incredible home gym. Let's take a look. All of the equipment was custom made by Techno Gym specifically for this house. You have two different areas in the gym, one that we designed for stretching, Pilates, weights, and then this part of the gym could be whatever you want. This could be for all of your cardio equipment, all of your specialty equipment. The nice part about this gym is there's a ton of natural light, views out to these incredible private gardens, and the ability to open all of these doors and work out outside. So a lot of our clients like to have personal training, stretching, to do their cardio outside when the weather is nice. So it nearly doubles the size of this gym to be able to use these private gardens. So after a workout, all of our clients like to do a little repair to their body. So in this part of the gym, we have this incredible infrared sauna and this steam shower, complete with aromatherapy and light therapy as well. So you've had your workout, you've done your steam and sauna, you're a little bored. Where are you gonna go in the house? I would say maybe this beautiful home theater. So the media room has these incredible soundproof doors. We wanted something that was easy to use, that didn't feel tight or constricted when people are coming in and out of the theater. So these double doors pivot and can open from both sides. So it's kind of a unique feature. Brings you into this concessionary of the theater. So this has got refrigeration, freezers. It's a great place to put all your candy, your popcorn, your ice cream, and that takes us up the steps into the media room. So in LA, media rooms are a necessity to have in a home like this especially. So this is an incredible custom media room. It seats up to 18 people. And the unique thing about this media room is because it's not in a basement, a lot of our clients love the fact that they can have a media room above ground and have the doors open, have natural light when they feel like it. So the cool thing about this media room is if you want to have a Super Bowl party or a movie screening in the daytime or in the evening, this is unique because you can open these motorized shades and you've got a private courtyard that can connect and become an outdoor bar, a place to have a dinner party, and still be completely connected with what's happening inside the theater. So across the hall from our media room is our gentleman's library. This is really a dark and vibey room right off the front entry of the house. So the concept with this room is it could be a place for the owners of the house who maybe have kids and want a more adult area of the house to hang out in the evenings. This is really a private space that's completely encapsulated as a standalone entertaining and workspace. This could be a private office, a study. The cool thing about this room is it's got its own bar, and this incredibly unique feature is this walk-in vault. Now, obviously, this wouldn't be used as a walk-in vault anymore because it's highly conspicuous, and I don't think any of our clients would want people to know that they have a walk-in vault and exactly where it is. So it's a bit more of a novelty now. So the idea is that this could be a place to store whiskey collections or make it a wine bar as part of the bar. It's really more of a fun conversation piece at this point. So you've seen the parts of the house where a guest might enjoy the house, or the owners of the house would congregate, entertain, live with their family. The more important part of a house like this, and of this particular house, is the entire staff wing. This is where all of the people that make this house operate, spend their day and their nights. So the thing to understand about the staff in a home like this is it's essentially a small hotel. So people who live in a home like this typically have an entire pyramid of staff. And what we mean by that is there are layers of staff depending on the particulars of the family. A family in this house, and what we anticipated, is that they would likely have 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 personal assistants. And so those staff tend to be closer to and interact more with the owners of the house. So that's why we did this very large private office, very close to the front entry of the house and close to where the owners of the house might be day to day. And as you get further into the house, the layers of staff unfold into the staff that might be a bit more invisible to the owners of the house, the people that cook and might clean or drive the cars. And one of the most important areas for staff in this house is the chef's kitchen. So this chef's kitchen is incredible, and it's something that not all high-end large homes in LA have, but all the best ones do. And the point of this kitchen is not only to have your chef and to have a place where you can make large meals, messy meals, without dirtying your beautiful family kitchen that's so open and so pristine. But it's also a place for your staff to congregate. It's a perfect place for all your daytime and nighttime staff to come and have their breaks, eat their lunch, and to just be out of the hair of the owner that lives in this house. And this has literally everything you could possibly want: glass refrigeration, huge cooking and prep areas. You've got multiple sinks, this galley sink where 2 or 3 people can be prepping and cleaning and cooking simultaneously. You've got dry goods pantry, and one of the coolest features of this house is you have this full walk-in refrigerator that leads into a full walk-in freezer. So really like having your own restaurant kitchen in your house. So the back of house in this house is really unparalleled. You have an entire Amazon package room and mail room, house manager and senior staff offices, downstairs laundry for kitchen linens, pool linens, a place for staff to clean and put their personal items, a security office, staff powder room, and an entire area behind the catering kitchen for staff locker, staff break area, and a place for all your daytime and nighttime staff to arrive and check in. So we've toured the main floor of this house, but we've saved one of the best spaces in the house to come next, which is the primary suite. It's over 5,000 square feet and has an incredible spa and glam area. Let's go have a look. So welcome to the primary suite in this house. The first thing you notice when you come into the sitting room is that it feels a bit like a Parisian apartment. We have this beautiful paneling everywhere, a ton of natural light. It's a very romantic space. It's very cheerful. The idea of this suite is that it's a bit of an apartment within this house because it is quite large. And if there's a couple or a single person living here, they can shut the doors at night or whenever they're in this suite and feel like they're in a cozy space within the house. So it's really special that way. You have a beautiful view across the canyon into Century City beyond. On a clear day, you get a view of the ocean. You have an incredible terrace here. The doors pocket away like in the rest of the house. And as you come into the bedroom, We actually sized the bedroom down in this house because in the old house, the bedroom was so huge, it didn't even feel comfortable. So we felt that this was a really nice size where you had room to breathe, room for furniture, but it still felt cozy and it didn't feel overwhelming or uncomfortable. You have the fireplace, the TV, the bookcases, beautiful draperies, and again, you can open all these doors, indoor, outdoor living, and really enjoy the weather, enjoy the atmosphere of the property. And from here on is all bathrooms, dressing rooms. It's really incredible, like the best hotel suite you would ever stay in. Again, this entire suite is about 5,000 square feet. Let's take a look at her side. This is her bath. It's very light and airy. It's modern, it's clean, but it also feels feminine and it feels comfortable and warm. We deliberately left a lot of space in this bathroom for a chaise lounge or ottomans so that it feels a bit like a salon. You have this beautiful shower that's all glass, that faces to the view. It's really a magical indoor-outdoor house, and this space in particular feels glamorous, but it also feels comfortable. You've got your soaking tub, vanity. There's a place in her bath for makeup if the person in this house wants to do their own makeup, or we've got a glam studio that we'll show you a little bit later on. And also in her area, we have an infrared sauna if the one in the gym wasn't enough for you. And of course, that leads us into her closet. Her closet is essentially the size of an entire bedroom suite. So you have plenty of room in this dressing room to have a furniture arrangement. If somebody wanted to build more storage in the middle of this closet, they could, or more islands. This is all for the clothing. We've got long hang, short hang, and then this is the boutique area of the closet. So you've got handbags, accessories, jewelry, shoes. Pretty special, especially for somebody who really has a collection or who really wants to display their pieces. I don't think there are a lot of closets in LA that could rival this one. So let's check out the his area. Now, obviously, if this house was purchased by one person, or if it was a his and his or a hers and hers, none of these necessarily have to be designated that way, but as a general rule, that's just sort of how they were designed. Still an incredibly large space, the nice warm dark wood. It's a bit moodier, it's a bit more masculine, but still a ton of space, very glamorous. You have the huge, beautiful island. So immediately next to his dressing room is his bath. A bit more masculine, a bit more modern. No bathtub here, but a huge vanity, a lot of open space. A lot of our clients like to actually do a quick workout in their bathroom in the morning. So it could be a Peloton or a piece of cardio equipment. Could just be a chaise lounge. Some people like to shut the door and take a phone call. But what you will notice in here is this incredible shower. Giant oversized shower, beautiful stonework, day bed. This has steam, has the light therapy, aromatherapy. It's a pretty special spot in this house. Last but not least, one of the coolest features of this house, and what really suits the kind of buyers for these trophy estate properties, is not so much their part of this suite, but the part of the suite where they welcome service providers into the house. Most of our clients and most of the people in this neighborhood have people come to them because it's more convenient, and if they're high profile or if they're famous, they're not going to go to a hair salon, they're not going to go to a nail salon, they're going to have people come to their home. So if you notice in this back of house area, you can shut the doors and completely separate it from the primary suite. It has its own back entrance from the main stair, so security or house manager can bring service providers up into the back entrance of this area. Also, household staff, housekeepers and things can come into this suite without bothering the principals if they're in their bedroom. So beyond the massage room, you've got a complete glam studio and a powder room for the service providers here, and a beautiful coffee bar with a refrigerator. So again, they can shut this entire suite off like an apartment, and they have their own little kitchen and their own little world here. Let's look at the glam studio a little bit more. So the glam studio, we took a first pass at laying this out, but I can almost guarantee you that whoever buys this house will probably take it a whole nother step further. But the idea is hair and makeup, a place to have your hair washed and styled. Most of our glam studios include manicure, pedicure. Some of them now include an entire area to do alterations. We have this hanging area and full-length mirror so that if you have a stylist or a personal shopper, if you're getting ready for an award show or a big evening, you have this entire zone to hang out and get ready. Most of our glam studios also typically have some kind of a place to sit and relax. So if your friends come over and it's a whole group of you, it's kind of a whole hangout zone and a place to get ready. So after the primary suite, there are 2 other wings in the upper level of this house. Let's go visit the kids' wing. So we've got 3 kids' bedrooms. They get a little bit larger as you move through the house. The first that's closest to the primary bedroom is the smallest of the 3. And the thought is that that might be a baby's room or a smaller kid's room. They all have beautiful, large pocket doors and glass with views to the backyard and the canyon. And then if you remember from the first level on the kitchen, we have this incredible courtyard, and this entire area was blown out and these huge glass panels were added to capture the sky view, the trees in the canyon, and to get an incredible view of this oak tree, which is so special. And it really brings so much natural light and tranquility into this space. That brings us into this part of the kids' wing. So this is a hangout, TV, video gaming area. It's so nice when people with kids have a place where their kids can go hang out, do their own thing, get away from their parents, or for parents if they want to hang out with their kids at night but they don't want to go downstairs. It's good to have a place where they can sort of be cozy, watch TV, that feels a little smaller and a little more manageable. This is the largest of the secondary bedrooms in the house. To me, it's probably your oldest child's room, your princess if you have an older daughter and you want her to have the really special room, grandparents' suite. It could be a multitude of things, but this is the largest secondary bedroom in the house. It has its own terrace, a beautiful view down the canyon, lots of open space. It's got area for the bed, huge seating area, and it's a bit like a junior primary suite. It has a massive walk-in closet and dressing area here, and then beautiful bathroom with a huge double vanity and another massive shower with beautiful stonework. One of the things about this house I really love, and a lot of people don't pay enough attention to, is the size of the hallways in a house. If you notice in this hallway, you literally can put your arms out in both directions and not touch the walls in this hallway. It's so important in a larger home especially to give a little bit of square footage to spaces like this because it makes the entire house breathe and it just feels a lot more grand. One of the quirkier, more unusual things in this house that we designed that I really love is this room that's a tutoring homework room. So if a high profile person or a very wealthy person has children, they probably don't want to have a tutor or somebody come in their house and go to their kid's room. They probably don't want to have their kids sitting at the kitchen island. There's never an appropriate place. So we designed this room complete with its own powder room where kids can do their homework. It's sort of a command central. So it's where their nanny or the house manager or tutors can have a dedicated space to spend time with the kids and to have really a home base, right? So kids' schedules, computers, all the messy things that you want to see, all the things that need to be done for the kids can all be done upstairs near the kids with a service entrance. So I think it's a pretty neat feature. And then one of the last functional spaces up here is this upstairs laundry that has 4 sets of commercial washers and dryers and a ton of space for ironing and a place for upstairs staff to also take a break. And the last part of this house, we have this coffee and snack bar, and that leads us into this wing of the house, which is 2 large, really beautiful guest suites. They're a mirror image of one another. Big glass, beautiful terraces, like miniature hotel suites. In a lot of large homes we see people really cheap out, in my opinion, in terms of the square footage they give to guest rooms, to closets, to bathrooms. And the one thing in this house that's really amazing is the closets for guest rooms and for kids' rooms are gigantic. They have tons of space and giant oversized bathrooms. Really, really generous. It makes the house feel really special and really luxurious. One nice thing about this house and all the large homes that we do is this house has a commercial elevator. So it's fantastic, not only for day to day, but for our clients who want to put their luggage or for the housekeeper who wants to put cleaning supplies or awkward things so they're not running up and down the stairs all day. So that's a really special thing about this house is you always have this option, especially if you have older family members or anybody that needs to hitch a ride to get upstairs. Hope you enjoyed this tour of our Beverly Hills compound estate, one of the most special houses in Beverly Hills. If you enjoyed this, please hit like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.